Open up, here we are, alright. Stream working? Question is, can we hear the co-commentator? And can you hear me, most importantly, because my microphone is a light year away from the, for me. I can hear myself, and I want to, that makes me want to die. If I get it sorted.
Sound.
Yeah, we are. Alright, I'll mute myself just so I can see myself, but yeah. Right. I'm also going to turn the Xbox down. For now. You can just hear in the background, hopefully. It's alright, co-commentator?
Hello.
I'll speak again.
Yeah,
it's perfect, right. Here we are for BRL Season 4 Round 6 Portimao. Here are the standings right now. So starting off with the constructors, we've got Red Bull in first, followed by Mercedes, Alpine and AlphaTauri all close. And then we have Haas and Ferrari close together. McLaren kind of on their own. And then we've got Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin battling for P8. And then Williams sadly on 0 points. Washed like real life. We got...
bit aggressive.
And then here we have the driver standings. We have I've just been sent this, I've only just put it in. We have Jarman in P1 with 67 points. Then we've got close battles for P2, 3, 4, 5, all battling there. And then P6, 7, 8 and 9 were all close together, so we've got some good midfield battles there. We're looking out for that today. And then we've got the rest of the grid, which is P10, and then the Alfa Romeos. And then we've got a lot of people on 0 points, given that it's only round 6, so I'm not surprised. We'll hopefully score points today and get on the scoreboard. So we're in the lobby. It will be. It'll be a very interesting race. Let's check the Discord.
Portugal is a very dodgy track, and it's got some corners that can easily catch out drivers that don't know how to take the corners in the perfect way. So there's different corners that you have to adapt to, and different sort of, undulations of the track changing, going up and down and up and down. It's like a roller coaster, is what Lando Norris would say. Or as if you match Verstappen, you'll be going to the dentist after the race. But luckily, we are only in the virtual world, and that will not affect us today for this race. And hopefully, that doesn't affect the drivers. We're here.
I hope so. Yeah.
In race.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. It looks like, because we have a race later in ECR, but it's going to be interesting to see how many people get punted at. So I'm going to get the telemetry up actually, so I can see this.
Now, so we can see how two of the drivers who are in ECR, Remaster and Night Owl, see how they do around the track.
The Red Bull duo.
Vital information.
I'm going to try and get the telemetry up.
I reckon if I turn my camera, that can be seen as well or not.
Yeah, it depends. Tell you what, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me open Discord. If I could get Discord open. If you haven't, turn your camera on.
I will in a second. It is now off. Should be on.
Wait. I can I full screen that? Oh my god, no way. That's actually. Oh, it's off. There we are.
I don't think it'll work. So if I'm trying to keep the stream up, I think it'll be fine.
I can put you on there. Can I? No, I can't. Oh, let's see. Right, where are we now? Here we are. I can't put it on there. I can't put it on top. That's not very fun.
I'll just leave it.
We will find a way. We'll find a way.
I'll have to put up with you.
Put it with me, eh? I'll just add voice of Rockin' RMD3 under. Text. Add. Text. Add sauce. Add the sauce. Right.
So we've got people readying up, ready and raring to go. You can see that in the top left, voice of Rockingham D3.
Yeah, I'm changing it now. I'm just gonna put that. Just put it nicely there. There you go. Voice is rocking. I have a chat box, but there's nothing in the chat. Oh, it's still connecting to it. That's why. I'll delete it and get another one.
But here we go, qualifying around 40 mile. See who's going to grab pole. I mean, who do you think is the favourites to grab pole is what we should be asking.
Nightoff.
What's your opinion?
Actually, no, he went away from Haas. He went away from McLaren in ECR. So, wash driver, in my opinion. So I think...
who do you think is around here? Give us one prediction, one long shot guess.
I think there's going to be at least 7 safety cars.
Whoa.
I think that's
Racing.
That's possible.
I think for me, I think we're going to have interchanging weather.
Weather could be a factor. Yeah, that's a good point. Just open the Discord chat, see what's going on, because I got pings. Weather, that's one thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that actually. I'm gonna stop my stream and open my telemetry for everyone to see if that needs to happen. Connect your Xbox One, that'd be a good idea. Right, there we are. Should be loading back up now. Right, so no one going out of the garage yet. Hopefully there should be someone coming out any time now. Is my controller working? It is.
We're going to have some that's me. X Drizzle coming out first. What looks of things potentially.
Looks good. Interesting. Very interesting.
It is X Drizzle coming out as well. And both of the Alfa Romeos, we're looking to get out there early. Get the laps in early.
Okay, the stream's not running very fast. Can I up the car? Can I up the? I'm going to up the frame rate a bit.
Your voice also very, very delayed to the actual picture.
I have no idea why. Oh, it's this telemetry. That's why, because it was fine before, wasn't it? I'll just turn it off. I can check weather though. I'll just quickly check the weather.
And whilst you do that, I'll have a quick look at some of the outlaps so far. We've got TTH Snipes
Yep.
as well in rooms and controller by the looks of things. We've also got F4 Bell as well. And McLaren, he's also out on track at the moment, making sure his tyres are nice and toasty warm. Getting ready for potentially what could be the lap of the life. Let's see what happens in the next 16 minutes of this qualifying.
Yep. 11 drivers right now. Why can't I see the bandwidth of that? That's just not very nice, is it? No one wants to see that. Probably leaked my IP.
At the moment, we're going to have our first driver going to set a lap time. X Drizzle just gone across the line. And our Let's Lettuce, the main commentator, commentate this one.
Yep, so it's Alfa Romeo going through turn 2 there, heading into the hairpin at turn 3, hard braking, into a tricky traction zone. Will he spin? That's the question. No, he's taking it quite easily, quite slowly for his first lap as a nice banker to get a lap on the board, relieve the pressure for later on. Deep braking into turn, I don't know, hairpin. Then traction on the outside, doesn't use the whole width of the track, but gets on the grey stuff. Tricky corner coming up here, lots of grip for the car, downforce. Gone up into another tricky traction zone. And then there's the roller coaster going into another long tilt-esque braking zone. Oh, and he's clipped the sausage curve. Has he invalidated there?
Topping it fine.
He has not invalidated. That's a purple sector 2. He's the first person to set a lap though, so.
You have a spin out on track. It is Budget Burrito as well.
Budget Burrito?
And he's just going through the tricky traction zone as you mentioned earlier on.
And here's the Alfa Romeo finishing the lap. And what lap will he set? Coming through the last corner now. DRS opening, 17% ERS, and he's at a 1 minute 18.5. That's a lap to beat.
Second Alfa Romeo as well, going to cross the line about now, and he goes on pole by just over 3/10 as well.
A 1 minute 18.2 flat. So, yeah. Is my audio okay on the stream?
Yeah, it's a bit delayed compared to the It's being very, very fast compared to the picture that we have on the stream.
Yeah, that'll be.
But that's not.
Well, it's the first ever stream for myself. Testing, Could always upgrade the Ethernet cables and a graphics card one day.
The next person to cross the line was going to be Budget Burrito, but as you know, he has spun and he's also invalidated his lap time. So the next actual lap is going to be from Fergatron. 300 going across the line now. As he sets a 1 minute 18.968.
Then we got McLaren on the lap here. No, he's 1.5 seconds down. And he'll push
There's
it
the new time of an 18 flat.
18 flat for the AlphaTauri of Oliver WLK, number 37. Who else is on a lap? Oh, there's been a spin for the other AlphaTauri, RRT Fresh, spinning out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
6,
another
7.
spin.
Another
It's
spin for the
Ferrari
Ferrari.
right in front of him.
Budget Burrito again. Budget transmission by the looks of it.
Looks like Psycho leads going to come across a lot of traffic here in a second. Can they all keep out of the way for him? See what happens.
If they get out of the way, he's got to get out of the way now or never, because he's got a tricky corner coming up next.
Haas is not moving at this moment. There he goes.
Yep, not impeding in there, so no issue with that.
Yeah.
He goes slightly deep into the hairpin. Final real corner now. Early on the throttle. No more CRS left going into the final corner. Here he goes, DRS open, he goes into P6 with a 1 minute 18.9. So 7 people have set a lap so far. We've got a few people. We've got a few people on the lap now. Yeah, I've got that now. RL Fresh going into the corner.
The corner.
The corner. I thought I should know this because we're racing later, but yeah. Didn't do. Oh, and he spun again. Was that on the same tyres? Oh, there's a Rebel behind him. A Rebel behind him. That was close. Was that? Did he impede him? That's the question.
Don't think he did, but it's definitely going to give Nightowl a little bit of a shock. And it would to me as well for the car sideways on the road. What move?
Yes, when there's a
purple middle sector for Nightowl.
Yeah, purple, not bad, not bad. Can he match it in the third sector to take provisional pole? Oh, and he spun! Oh, a big mistake from the Oracle Red Bull Racing car there. Oh, there's a massive contact with the Ferrari, and Psycho is out of qualifying.
And Nightowl's been given a 5-place grid penalty.
At least we've got that on camera. That was, I'm not sure what happened there. I only saw the offboard of the Red Bull, so we'll have to wait.
As well on a lap.
Remaster on a lap, got it. In the Alpine car. Another purple sector 2. Will he spin at the final corner? That's the question. It's got enough
for a little bit of a bogey corner.
It's got enough ERS to take pole. Will it be the bogey corner?
Good lap.
DRS opens DRS, so it's P2. Just under half a tenth. So it looks like we've got a good to look forward to end of qualifying. We got one.
Very close at the end.
A couple incidents so far. Is he doing it? He's not pushing again, is he? He hasn't got any ERS. No, he doesn't look like he's pushing. Anyone on the lap?
F4BEZ just started his lap. He's now going down towards the hairpin. A big break in the zone. If you've got ABS turned off, a big corner where you can't lock up, you can't mess up. Like going through the tricky section, a lot of sort of angle changes through these corners. You have to get this corner perfect, as you will spin, as we've seen before. Hits it in fourth gear, nails the traction on exit as well. Now we head uphill. It's like the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but this time we're in Portimao. He takes the corner quite nicely, gets on the throttle nice and early, keeps it nice and tight. We've got a purple middle sector as well. And second gear, third gear now for traction, so it doesn't spin. And into the last few corners now, the penultimate corner. Coming up to the bogey corner in a second. Will it be his bogey corner? Will he spin or will he keep it fast? Will confidence go through his veins? And he does that perfectly. This looks like a pretty decent lap. Will it be an improvement? It is. It's P3. The exact same time as Remaster.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So the top 5 separated by less than half a second with a lot of improvement to go. Oh, we've got an incident. We've got an incident with the Red Bull and the Sauber.
Budget Burrito in sector 2's on the lap. Going into sector 3. You're not muted. Okay. Budget Burrito now coming through the final corner. Seeing somebody spin forward, big incident happen between the site and also Nightowl. Nightowl getting a 5-place grid penalty. Across the line goes Budget Burrito. He goes P6. He jumps ahead of TTH Snipes, Psycho, and Fergatron as well. The next person to cross the line, if we have a spin. The next person to cross the line is going to be, looks like Brewmaster is going to cross the line, but it's going to peel into the pit lane. Potentially smarter, the lap wasn't good enough. Smart from him. We have F4. Invalidated his lap time. So he's taken a bit of an alternate route through the last corner to go into the pit lane. Is we're going to have X Drizzle as well. 4 tenths down. 4 seconds down, even, my bad. Sorry. Going into the last few corners now. Will this be an improvement for him? Will he jump any positions? At the moment, he has to improve at least 2 tenths to jump up. It's taking the alternate layout security, boxing this lap. We also have Nightowl as well. You got what looks to me, I've got Jarman on an outlap. I've also got Nightowl as well on his actual lap. What will the lap time be? Where will it put him? P6, the 1:18.387.
It's close. It's very close. I do say we've got 2 people who haven't managed to set a lap yet. Though one of them is on a lap, I believe. The Red Bull of Jarman.
Yep, just started it.
As you can see, Red Bull's leading the standings and Jarman's leading the points.
Let's see what he can produce. What a lap this could be. The pole lap. He might not even have to go out if he nails this lap so much.
Ooh, tricky entry to the corner. Broke a bit early, had to put the throttle on. What will sector 2 be? Come through the final corner of sector 2 now. Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the big one, as you said. What will the sector be? It's not a purple sector. It's 53. 53 seconds going into the sector.
It goes wide as well.
Final corner. He's gone wide. He's gone deep again. Can he get the traction down? Oh, and he's boxing. He's into the box. So we have RRC Fresh setting a purple sector 1 on his lap.
Yeah.
It's the Haas lets him by nicely. A lot of short shifting there. That's a lot of short shifting. Should we get the off board? The car. Oh, big tank slapper. So we good save from him there. Taking the wide line on the entry and exit curbs. Final corner here. Oh, and he spun. It's another spin. I think everyone's running quali setups by the looks of it. No race setups. Because it looks like no one can keep the car together. Have we got the Haas? Have we got the Haas starting a lap here? That's a lap.
Snapping off as well. It's going to peel into the pit lane.
So we got no one on the lap by the looks of it. I think we have the Sauber starting a lap here.
Yeah. maybe a little warm-up lap, see how it went. Here's the actual lap. We'll hand over to our main commentator, Lettuce.
Thank you. As we started with the Alfa Romeo on a lap into turn 1, deep braking. It doesn't maximise the track limit, stays on the black stuff. Another right hand hairpin here. And the tricky left hand, will he spin? Will he pushing? Manages it quite well, uses the curve on the outside. Second DRS straight now. Another left hand hairpin. There's a fly on my monitor, get off. Anyway, traction zone into the right hand corner, fastest corner on the circuit, I believe, fastest heavy braking zone. Uses all the track on the outside there. Going into the Blackpool big one, as we've now clearly dubbed it. Doesn't use all the curve on the outside. Going into the final left hand corner now. Final corner now. What will he do? He's taking it quite well. Gone deep though. Final corner. Will it be the bogey corner for him? He's on the curb. He's took it well. What will it be? Like 1 minute 18.3. So that's the top 7 separated by under 3.5 tenths. That's not bad.
It's a close field, which looks like it's going to be put up for a really, really interesting race. Hopefully we're going to get that as well.
We have a McLaren about to set a lap, I think. About to start his lap.
Our extra drizzle has retired.
Yep. I can't say how much time is left in the session because we cannot see due to the yellow flag. There you go, 2 minutes 16 seconds left of the session. So that's enough for 2 time laps. Or just to come out now and do an out lap. There's a Red Bull off there. Yet to set a lap, the leader of the driver's standings. Is he retiring there? No, it doesn't look like it. Back to the McLaren. Setting a purple sector 1. Remember, equal time to Brewmaster there. On his first run, also on one of his runs, equal time to Brewmaster. Takes the corner quite well. We've got lots of people on a lap now. Be quite a bit of traffic.
So we get a bit mental in these last few minutes. Hopefully there's no impeding of any forms. We can have a nice clean last few laps. See what drivers can produce, what drivers can pull out of the bag. See what happens over the next few minutes. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because this could get interesting. Across the line, F4 just slower.
Does not improve. So here after laps, it's 118s across the board, ranging from flats all the way to 9s. So pretty much spreading out that lap time. Do we have an AlphaTauri starting the lap here? Currently on provisional pole. Heads into turn 1. Heads into turn 3 here, deep braking, and then the tricky traction zone. Takes it quite wide. Loses the car on the exit. Uses all the curb as he can. Will he use the curb on the exit? He does.
Bergatron goes P2 with a 118.103.
Whoops, I was going to press pause there. Silly me. Number 37, setting a purple sector 2.
But down
good.
two
The Haas retiring there. Good qualifying from the Haas. What was that?
Down 2 tenths is Oliver Wick on his personal best
Sorry,
lap
2
time.
seconds, said Team Radio. There's a good lap. What will it be?
Does not improve.
Not improve. So it's a 118 flat to beat if anyone wants to take pole. Brewmaster here. What does he set? This is it for qualifying. And he doesn't take pole. He's 14 hundredths off. Here we have the Red Bull, the Red Bull of Night Owl. He's boxing.
TTH Snipes!
That was on the Williams on pole at the last second.
Down to RRT Fresh. Can he steal it off him? He can't. It's P8. And the championship leader is last.
So that's it for qualifying then. So here we are. It's very interesting. So here we have the championship leader last without a lap. And we have someone with 0 points on pole. So I'm saying, opportunities, no pressure to perform. So the Williams, a snipe you might say at the end.
So cringe, please never say that again. But he did indeed snipe from him. So, and the grid lining up for today's race with TJ Snipes on pole, then Oliver Wick, then Remaster, then Fergatron, then F4. Night Owl has a 5-place grid penalty. It's going to be Honest Raccoon, RRT Fresh, X Drizzle, Budget Burrito, Psycho, and then Night Owl, and then Jarmin, if my calculations are correct. But the whole field spread across near enough a second. Very, very close race for today's race. Let's see what's going to happen. Will there be any twists to the tail? Will we see a new winner? Will we see Jaren pull a really good comeback? Let's see what happens.
I'll be very interested to see what happens today. It's going to be a very interesting race. Oh God. Let's see what the drivers are saying in the chat. How is it going? I have access to the team chats. McLaren saying, looking good so far. I will not do any Spygate. Jarmin, the Czech. Oh, I can see in nationalities, names. So the Czech driver. Oh, we have weather. Weather. It's raining.
There we go. There's my prediction. Maybe that's the reason why the drivers were struggling to set a lap time, because they maybe had wet setups on. That could be the case. Let's see what happens in these changing weathers around Portugal, but it's torrential rain so far.
Bad rain. Will it be inters or wets? What do you think? I think that looks like full wets there. So, red flag. I'll see you in 2 hours. Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, the FIA was the too scared to use the full wet size apart from Japan in real life this season, so I wouldn't put it past them.
So here we are. Here's starting the formation lap. Let me get my tyre. Everyone's on wet tyres. Yes, wet tyres. So I'm going to keep the position change on for the start of the race to see who can get the best start.
So it's going to be full wet all the way through this race. Clearly, another spinner in the background. Who is that? It's Oliver Wick. One way to heat at your tyres, but not the best way to do so.
The pulsator goes off. Quite big gaps here. He's got to manage his tyres here because there's going to be a big issue. The AlphaTauri in P2 has dropped back, that's why.
So yeah, a little bit of a spin coming through one of the tricky traction zones that we mentioned about in qualifying. Talked about already, we could see some incidents this race. And ladies and gentlemen, for the last half of this formation lap, and for the starting lights, I'll hand you over to the main commentator.
Yeah, thank you. So he's going slow line up to the grid here. So as the AlphaTauri caught back up to P2, he hasn't. Could be a pit lane start by the looks of it. Oh, and the Alfa Romeo's gone off track. So Drizzle, you're not in a rally car, get on the track. You're in an F1 car. Got about as much grip as ice on ice.
Speaking of Alan, have you seen that recent WRC post of two people? I'm not going to say what they were doing.
I have not
seen. They went quite viral recently. And I will not say it's on stream because it's not suitable for people watching at home.
Okay, so here we are. on the first lap. Where are we? There we are. There's the monitor. Well, there's camera. So we are. The Williams lining up on the grid. That is possibly the worst camera angle ever, and loads of people are spinning. Heat up the tyres. Lots of people being disqualified. Quite poor.
Surprised TCH Snipes has not tried to cover off Oliver Whip, but he has been disqualified as he missed his grid position.
Okay, here we are. And let's go for the Portuguese Grand Prix in BRL. Is it a good getaway from the Williams? It is, and the AlphaTauri has slipped behind. Lots of position changes. Will there be any collisions at turn 1? Looks all clean. Looks all clean going into turn 1.
McLaren going wide.
Will there be any dive bombs into turn 3? I think I heard a bit of contact there. Leader is being
Side by side, the top two.
the top two going side by side into the hairpin. The AlphaTauri leads. But he takes it deep, doesn't get the switch back.
Oh,
There's been contact, the Haas. Big contact there.
Big collision at the back of the field.
Oh, and there's an Alfa Romeo off. Is he out of the race? He is not out of the race. Back to the leaders here. The Williams leads with Brewmaster in third, looking to get up the leaderboard. Could be interesting for the fight for P1 here. Heading into the last sector of the first lap. How are the conditions looking down there?
Looking quite torrential down there. I mean, at the moment there's absolutely no change in weather. Looks like we're going to see these full wets on for a while now.
Oh, a driver is disconnected. Driver is disconnected. That's RRT Fresh in P11. So here we are going into the first corner. Oh, he's gained a 1.2 second gap here. Can he chase him down? Oh, and it's Brewmaster looking for a move there. Could he out-traction him into turn 4? Oh, and the AlphaTauri has a big tank slapper. Is that the Alfa Romeo spinning? It is. Going into the pits. RRT Fresh has joined back. Good to see him joining back and carrying on with the race. So it's Brewmaster staying in the queue with him. Full throttle. The curbs must be very slippy right now in this race. You fly. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, he's had to lift going through the left-hand corner. Ollie's now putting on some pressure on Snipes.
Do you want to just mute me for a second?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Gotta go for my tea.
Okay. Enjoy the scran. Right. So here we are, the AlphaTauri going into the next corner. Heading down the straight. All three drivers separated, not by much. Oh, and there's been another disconnect. Oh, everyone's leaving. There must be a problem with the session. There's quite a few people disconnecting. I'll have to go check if there's something wrong. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong. Get it back up here. So we've got the gaps are increasing at the front of the grid. So we have a Red Bull going side by side here, going into the next corner. And the Red Bull gets the power down and gets ahead going into the corner. So we can see the lights flashing behind. Oh, there's been another spin. It's the Alfa Romeo of Drizzle. Oh, the Ferrari gets ahead going into the corner. The Red Bull tucks in behind. Will he make a dive bomb going into the next corner? Does not look like it. He's not getting past. Oh, the track limit's there. Will he have to give the position back? Side by side action going into the next corner. Who's going to back out first? It's the Rebel who backs out first. Oh, and there's a big spin there from Brewmaster. Oh, he's still in the race. And that's the... So that means Snipes has a big lead with only one person behind within 5 seconds. So we have a great battle from the Red Bulls here. The other Red Bull is battling with the other Ferrari too. And I've been told to learn Italian, shut up. Anyway. So we have Psycho heading on Jarmin. And Oliver is back. He hasn't lost too much time. Can he get back in the fight? So we have Nightowl going into the next corner. Oh, has he forced him off there? Looks like there's no damage to the end plate. Must have been wheel to wheel contact if there was any. The Ferrari gets ahead. Did the Red Bull give the position back? Well, there's a dive bomb going into the next corner. Brewmaster gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. So we are going into the last corner. He's got to manage the traction here or he's going to spin out. Oh, as I said, the budget burrito going off in the Ferrari. Saves it though. So we have the Red Bull and the McLaren battling now. We're using ERS. Who'll back out first? It's neck and neck. Oh, is the Ferrari retiring here? Oh, there's been a safety car. Full safety car. So here we are, neutralising the race. Oliver has disconnected again. And so has Roommaster has DNF'd. Oh, a bit groggy today. Oh, we got a drive-through penalty for Drizzle speeding on the safety car. You have to serve that after the safety car comes in. Oh, don't serve it now. Good, right. So here we are. So we've got Ollie in AI here. We've got Snipes backing off a lot. Possibly illegal there. So here we are, under the safety car, and Fergatron has been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car. Big error there. That could cost him big positions in this race. Just updating the stream info. The chat is not connecting. So we are. The pack is mostly together. Just 3 more cars. No, 4 more cars to catch up. Fish can count to 3 and I can't. Let's put the controller up here so we can get a good look. Gonna move the camera up a bit there. Just while it's trying to still not to my liking. Can't move the race. Get a bit closer. Right, so here we are. Some people have boxed. Let's see what tyres they're going on to. Intermediates. Intermediates for everyone except 4 drivers. And Ollie gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh. Question is, will the leading pack box? Oh, there's been contact. The McLaren there. Let's see. Has there been damage for any drivers? That AlphaTauri could have damage. Doesn't look like anyone has any damage. All the front wings look good. This means the race can carry on, as it were. This is going to be interesting to see all the drivers. Because currently in P5, leading the intermediates, is Ollie, ready to race. Clearly. Sure, as you can't see most of the leaderboard there. Let's make it better. Oh god. So everyone has boxed for Inters. Not much to comment on right now. Ooh, the Williams getting quite close there. See our pole sitter sniping it at the last second. Safety car is in now. So let's see the leader. When will he go? With the fish helmet on, and he's gone using the RS. That's it now for him. Side by side there. I think he's backed up a bit to avoid any penalties. Or is the Red Bull just using really low drag? Oh, there's the contact there with our pole sitter. I can't see very much with the camera angles. Just catch up to our leader. So Night Owl is leading. Was there a driver spinning off there? No, there wasn't. So Night Owl is leading the race with Ollie just behind. Let's see penalties. 3 seconds for P2 and P3. 3 seconds for P7 and a drive through for P11. Just have to remove commentary for a little while. Sui attenti ragazzi. Hope there wasn't too much action. Let's go. Right, so here we are with the Williams and the Ferrari fighting for P4, possibly taking up a step on the podium due to penalties. Ferrari's running 3 and 4 together. Could they possibly invert the cars to help Psycho and possibly Woody Brito with spins in qualifying? Can he make it up with a podium? Nice out, leading the way. Oh, so RRT Fresh out of the race. Didn't catch that. It's been a safety car. Is it full safety car? It is full safety car. As Budget Burrito gets a 3-second time penalty. So currently looking at the Red Bull of Jarmin with a lot of penalties ahead. Could potentially jump up the order. There'll be 3 drivers without penalties in this race. Almost a comment on with the second safety car of the day. So the Ferraris are the only 2 teammates together. Could they work this out with strategy? Knowing Ferrari, probably not. So the Red Bull of Jarmin comes into the pits. Current championship leader going into the race. He was off track there and the Alfa Romeo overtakes. So drivers on soft tyres, slick tyres. 2 drivers on hards, rest everyone on inters. The driver into the pits. He's putting on medium tyres from McLaren. Strategy gamble, but could it work out? Oh, and he's retired from the session. So we've got 9 drivers left. Got 1 driver left to catch up to the safety car. Got penalties. Very interesting here. There could be some position changes for P2. All he needs a 3-second gap. Heating up the rear tyres now, knowing his teammate's probably going to catch up to the safety car. Could it be a Red Bull 1-2? It's possible. Only driver on dry tyres. Looks slow though. Safety car's coming in this lap. He's got to catch up soon, or that's going to be a penalty. It's going to be quite interesting. He's gone now. No, he's not. He's slowing back down again. I was looking at that. Here we are. So the Red Bull driver in last there had to slow down. So we've got the Red Bull going into turn 1. Defending from the AlphaTauri. Got the Ferraris battling with the Williams there again. Our pole sitter in P5 makes contact with the Ferrari. What's the ERS on? Hopefully trying to catch up, but everyone has it on going into the straight. And Night Owl leads the race, fastest sector 1 so far. 2, he's flying. Can he gap the AlphaTauri? That's the thing. Because that AlphaTauri's got a big penalty. So he just needs to maintain a position. Maintain his track position. Psycho dropping back there from the Williams and possibly his teammate. His teammate dive bombs him into the next corner, and there's contact, and he's on the curb. And he drops back. The AlphaTauri has caught up to the Red Bull a little bit, but he's getting him again. Another 3-second time penalty for Ollie, so that puts him down all the way to last. All the way to P6 it will put him down to. Got position changes for P6, the Alfa Romeo overtaking the Haas, both Ferrari power unit customers there, so there's pure slipstream there, no engine difference. Unless the Alfa Romeo had the engine turned up more. So Ollie is not catching back up to the Red Bull. So Night Owl could have this locked in. It's looking good for him. We've got 9 drivers still left in this race. Got Night Owl pushing on ahead. We've got a train of 3 cars here, 2 Ferraris and a Williams. Then the Alfa Romeo and the Haas joining that train. The Ferrari's squabbling just a little bit. They've got to be very careful because they've both got penalties. So if they get another 6-second time penalty, they could be overtaken by the Haas. Drivers having to lift going into the final corner. Oh, and they're boxing this lap. Track's drying out. So here's the gamble for Ferrari. They've got 1 driver staying out, 1 driver in the pits. Williams, the driver, also going into the pits. So it's the Ferraris against the Williams right now. And we've got the AlphaTauri battling with the Red Bull. Is DRS activated? DRS is not on. Will he dive on and go into the next corner? And he sends it round the outside. Will there be contact? No contact there. Good hard racing. Will anyone back out going into the next corner? And that's the AlphaTauri ahead with a 9-second time penalty. The question is now, can he get ahead of Night Owl? He's going to have to box now. There's 14 laps remaining. So he's not going to be able to stay on those inters. Situation here, some people on soft, people on mediums and people on hards. What will the front 3 box for to try and manage their gaps? So we've got the leading slick runner here. 22 seconds, 23 seconds behind the Ferrari and the last inter runner. So what will it be? Where will the drivers come out that have stayed on the intermediate wet tyres? So where will it be for the Red Bull? Coming out of the pits now? Perhaps it was the right strategy decision to stay out. It's going to be close between the Ferrari and the Williams and the Red Bull. Shall they get ahead? The Ferrari's battling again. Nothing between them, even though they boxed at different times. Ferrari's still warming up the tyres. Will the Ferrari send it into the next corner? And has he got him? Oh, and there's contact. He forces him off. That's got to be a penalty. Completely forced him off there. That was very poor, and the Haas gets him. So Jarman, our championship leader, has been forced off by the Ferrari. Not looking too good. So the Ferrari's battling. And the battle for the lead too is close. We'll look back at that later, but the Ferrari's battling here. Equal machinery. The Red Bull's caught up. Can the Red Bull catch up? Fastest laps coming down the order now. As the Haas sets the fastest lap of the race, followed by the Alfa Romeo. And the Ferrari's going side by side. No contact there. Psycho's gone wide. And Snipes, he's always fallen back by the looks of it. Possibly forced off. Do a battle for the lead. It's possible. He's lagged forward. Can Night Owl push to get him? or just stay in the gap of his penalties to round up penalties. Got 9 seconds for lead. Oh, and he's disconnected again. So all Nightingale needs to do is keep in that gap and possibly overtake, because the Haas is going to be coming right on him, using all the track there going into the left hand. So the Ferrari is no longer battling, and Oliver's joined back. Just needs to hope his AI can defend just on this straight. AI keeps it flat. He's definitely got control now. Yeah, and he's got control, you can see there. AlphaTauri stays ahead into turn 1. And the Haas sets the fastest lap of the race. He's on a fly. I think he could be in with the shout to win this race, if should Nightingale get a penalty. Oh, the Ferrari loses it there, and the Williams and the Ferrari battling into the next corner. Can the Williams go around the outside, or will he force him off? He's gone wide there to get the exit. Oh, that penalty was that track limits penalty could be removed potentially, because the Ferrari did not leave enough room on the outside. It's going around the outside there. He's definitely got another warning for that one. Sends it into the next corner. Ferrari tries to get the switch back. It's neck and neck between them. Who will get DRS going into the next corner? It's round the outside for the Ferrari. Will he get forced off? No. Big ERS difference though. Can the Williams stay ahead? Oh! The Ferrari's been forced off. Or did he lose the car? That's a Williams ahead there. So 10 laps to go. We've got the AlphaTauri of Oliver, then Nightingale, then Fergotron, then Snipes, and then Psycho, who's just received a time penalty of 3 seconds for warning of track limits. It's the other Ferrari pushing to get the Williams. Got the Alfa Romeo of Drizzle, who spun in qualifying, battling with the Ferrari. There's a big ERS difference. The Alfa Romeo's got much more ERS. You can see the rear flashing. I mean, he's got under 10%. He's got 0% left. He's got DRS. Will he make a defensive move? Stays on the outside. Can he move down the inside? There we are. The Alfa Romeo, number 69, goes off. Goes off wide. So, will he? Well, he's using the remainder of ERS in the traction zone. Oh, and he's gone wide there. And the Alfa Romeo's ahead. And Sahil gets a 3-second time penalty. As long as Raccoon, the Alfa Romeo gets a 3-second time penalty on the soft tyres. Possibly having too much grip for what he's capable of at this time on the track. So the Haas with no ERS. As the leader, not using much ERS. As the Haas, it's the fastest lap of the race again. So Haas pushing for the Red Bull here. Using all his ERS. It's neck and neck with the ERS. And the Haas has used it all. And it's beginning to rain again, is it? I can see rain on the halo. So it could be a percent. Oh, and the Alfa Romeo, they only spun round by the Williams. So Snipes there, our pole sitter, not having the best of races. That's a Haas pushes for the Red Bull. Red Bull fakes the dummies into the box. The Haas is catching up. Is it enough? It's not enough to get him into turn 1. Can he follow it up into turn 5? Will they make a dive bomb here? So we are on the run down to turn 5. Here he is. Will he make a dive bomb for it? He doesn't make the dive bomb, but there's contact at the rear and the Red Bull's forced to go deep into the corner, and the Haas goes wide to get the exit. Tries to avoid a warning there. Sorry about that. And there's yellow flags at the back of the Alfa Romeo of Drizzle is spun off. And and the championship leader Jarman spins off again, so that's pretty much 2 points for him. He's gonna have to get back on track to get Drizzle to try and get some more. As the Haas goes round again. The rain is still drizzling down. Could this mean a mistake from one of the top 5? The Haas just can't quite make it. It's impossible to overtake in these damp conditions on slick tyres. Lawrence Raccoon in the box here, possibly going for the fastest lap, putting on some new soft tyres. Not looking too bad for the Haas though. Let's see how the grid would work out with penalties. So we've got 16 seconds of penalties for P4, 17 seconds of penalties for P5, 9 seconds of penalties for the Haas. So it looks like our podium could be decided now should the Haas not get any more penalties. It's raining more heavily now as the Red Bull and the Haas goes into the box. I think everyone must be stopping now. 2 5-second time penalties. As Nighthawk gets his first penalty of the race. So we have the other Ferrari staying out. Could this be a Ferrari strategy blunder or a wonder? So we are. Doesn't look like it. There's going to have to be a 23-second gap to try and maintain. So we have the Haas much closer to the Red Bull this time on intermediate tyres. Red Bull he's not catching up to the Haas, so no one is within 1 second. So let's see the Ferrari here. He's on his hopefully his in lap, or will he try and stay out to the end? I don't think it'll be possible. So we are the Red Bull back in within 1 second with no DRS because it's absolutely chucking it down now. We'll head on to lap 29 of 33, 4 laps to go. It looks like the Ferrari is staying out. Can he maintain the gap and win the race? Because penalty difference, he could win the race even if the AlphaTauri overtakes. So could this be a Ferrari strategy masterclass? Having to manage to throttle hard now. 2 seconds in the first sector gain for the AlphaTauri. Remember, he's got a gap in by 12 seconds to win the race. 12 seconds? On penalties, he'll have to gap in by 9 seconds to win the race. As he has 12 seconds of penalties, take 3 for the Ferrari. So he's going to be pushing as hard as he can now. Another 2 seconds gained. 1.4 seconds. The gap's less than a second. The Ferrari can't manage the traction. Looking at it, he may have to box. Or can he slow him down? That's possible. The AlphaTauri slips through to take the lead of the race. Oh, and the Ferrari is making big mistakes now. The rain's too much for the slick tyres and he's spun. This means that the lead of the race is between Night Owl and Oliver. On penalties, it looks like Night Owl could win this race should he stay within 7 seconds. He's 1.2 seconds behind, so it is possible. And the Haas goes wide there in P3. He could potentially push for Night Owl there. Will the Ferrari box? Looks like he's going to have to box. It's worth it for the Ferrari to try and do anything there. But it's penalties on the entry. As Ferguson gets another penalty. This race is full of penalties. Absolutely huge. I think he got an average of about 10 seconds. And he goes wide again. It's Night Owl managing the gap to the AlphaTauri. Obviously DRS isn't important, as important. It's not activated. Oh, and the AlphaTauri is disconnected again. He's going to have to rejoin as quickly as possible. As the Haas catches up to Night Owl, and Night Owl wants to push as soon as he can to the AlphaTauri to try and get the position, even if he wants it on penalties, because he's got to get past to try and avoid Fergatron hitting him. And our pole sitter Snipes not doing too well. P4 will only be on penalties. It'll be P5 or P6 by the looks of it. So can Night Owl get Oliver while he's disconnected? Looks like he's having connection issues this race. Fergatron not managing the gap too well. He's going to have to wait for Night Owl to be held up by Oliver. As Night Owl comes out of the final corner, the corner there, it's got to manage the traction. Yeah, clearly they're lifting off and using the RS at the same time. Night Owl, it's over a second now. The AI has got a lot more ERS. Ferguson's got within the second now. It's 0.7 seconds. Could he push for P2 and hopefully get past into the lead? He'll sure hope so. Everyone left in this race now has penalties. Only 3 DNFs. Top 3 within 3 seconds of each other. Oh, and Jarman has left the race, the Red Bull, our championship leader. Still the top 3 within 3 seconds. It's neck and neck between them. Night Owl going on to possibly win the race. Lap 31 of 33. No battles behind, just pure drivers trying not to spin out. We'll have to see how the final order is after all the penalties are applied at the end of the race when they cross the line. As Night Owl gets in the gap and then loses out at the end of the corner. So it looks like Oliver is managing the ERS quite well and using it only on the straights where needed. 1.5 seconds a gap now as the Haas catches up to Night Owl. Nice usage of the curb there from the Haas, try and get the traction out of the tricky traction zone. Oh, and the Haas makes a mistake there. He's lost a lot of time to Night Owl. See him very far behind. As we head on to the final lap of the race. Night Owl possibly on this final lap to lead the race, going into the last time he's going to go into the DRS zone. Although DRS is not activated, so he will not activate DRS. Night Owl closing in on Oliver. It's close, but on penalties it looks like Night Owl's going to win here. So we see on penalties 12 seconds, 5 seconds, 17 seconds, 21 seconds of penalties, 12 seconds. That's the top 5. And then Snipes, our pole sitter, gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit warnings. That's a final sector 2 completed for going into the final sector of the race. Will Night Owl make a final hitch dive bomb to try and get the track position? Doesn't look like it. He looks like he's going to try and take it on penalties. Going through the final corner. And Oliver will come in first, but due to penalties, Night Owl will win the Portuguese Grand Prix. Not too bad. The Ferrari with the strategy gamble. The valid strategy gamble, but the rain came way too heavy for them to manage it. On penalties, the Ferrari makes it into P4, so our pole sitter finish in P5 in that race. We have Budget Burrito here. Will he jump up the order? I think he jumps up into P6 there. Didn't quite see that. So that's it. The BRL BRL Portuguese Grand Prix. It's been our time when I want his goat. Driver of the day goes to Night Owl. Very good race. Won the race, of course. Let's see what drivers have to say in the Discord about the race. Drivers looks like Snipes are going to go into P4 due to a 10-second time penalty removal. We have the podium ceremony, the Red Bull lifting the trophy. Very nice then, and that'll be it for the Mexican Grand Prix. I keep saying Mexican, similar colour flag. So there's the standings before the race. That's Reliant Motorsport All's coverage of BRL Season 4, Round 6. There's your winner there, Night Owl, followed by Oliver, then Fergatron, then Psycho, then Snipes, our pole sitter, finishing P4, possibly after penalty removals. Then Budget Burrito with a strategy fault that made him finish P6, but they had headed up the order due to penalties being applied after the race. Everyone is recruiting the Alfa Romeo. Good race in the Alfa Romeos. The other Alfa Romeo finishing P9. The Czech driver of Jarmin finishing in P8. And then the other 3 drivers DNF, the McLaren, AlphaTauri and Alpine. Right then, that's Reliant Motorsport's coverage of BRL. I will see you again next time. These are the standings going in beforehand. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.